Welcome everyone to another episode of First Impression Sports Talk. I'm your host Jasmine Pollock, and today we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics regarding the WNBA, a little bit of Bronny James, and of course the tragic incident that happened with the Vikings rookie cornerback. So let's get into it. Just for a heads up for everyone, my channel is no longer called First Impressions. The show will still be called First Impressions, but my YouTube, Instagram, and different pages like that will be called JazOnSports. And you can find me on all those platforms, JazOnSports, on Instagram, TikTok, and my YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about a lot of different sports topics. We're going to be adding a lot of different things that I'm super, super excited about. And, we're going to be getting into a lot of things, especially with the NFL seasons coming up. We have the college football game coming out very soon, so we're really excited about that. Then, of course, there's a lot of things going on with the Olympics as well. The men's USA basketball team, they're getting amped up and warmed up for that, so it's really exciting to get started. So we're going to be talking a lot about that on Jazz on Sports. So let's start by talking about the Vikings rookie Khyree Jackson, dead at 24. Me and him are the same age, so it's a little scary. Born the same year. And it's really unfortunate because he was killed and along with another person from a drunk driver. And this has to change. I'm not saying this is not his fault because obviously you can't control what the other driver is doing, but we need to, as a community, as a people, to protect these athletes and make sure that these athletes are getting home safe, they're getting to and fro safe. And there should be no capacity of someone driving under the influence. It is highly dangerous. It is not worth it. And her life is now gone. Not as far as, death wise, but now you're going to be in prison because you made a decision getting behind the wheel under the influence. We don't need this, especially, with a young player like that, a young man who is trying to make a name for himself, trying to build himself up in this league. And he was going to be a rookie this season. And now we have to kind of restart everything for the Vikings. And it's really sad that a young player lost his life this way. You don't want to ever see young players losing their lives like this in car accidents and gun violence and different things like that. Just a lot of things are going on that I think needs to change. And I think that for athletes, if you are going to be drinking and you're out, you need to buy a chauffeur. Why do we feel that as millionaires, multi-millionaires at that, we have to, I'm gonna get behind the wheel to be cool? No, your life is way more valuable than that. There's other people that are dependent upon you, not just the team, but you have family, you have friends that care about you. You have a lot of people who are looking out for you, and it doesn't do anyone good that you're getting behind the wheel either high or drunk. We don't need that. That is something that needs to change in this league. So rest in peace to Khyree Jackson. It's really unfortunate the kid was going to be, I think he was going to be pretty decent for them. They needed a cornerback in that, for sure. And I thought he was going to be a very good pick for them. And unfortunately, his life got ended because someone made a decision that they shouldn't have made. So rest in peace and condolences to his family and condolences to the Minnesota Vikings. The next topic, a much lighter topic, is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are continuing to create, I don't even know the word to say anymore because I keep talking about how these girls are continuing to make names for themselves. They already made a name, but just being dominant as players in the WNBA and breaking records, record-breaking things. Let's start with Angel Reese. Angel Reese is now the first player, rookie, whatever you want to call her, to have 14 straight double-doubles in the first year of her career in the WNBA. She is on a double-double tandem right now. I don't know just the work ethic she has in order to constantly prepare to do that. You know how hard it is to get a double-double. You get the points and you get the rebounds over it's just, how can you constantly every night, every game prepare for that? Is just astonishing to see. And she is doing this 14 straight times in the WNBA, which is a very tough league. We look at a lot of the women who are dominating. We look at a lot of the women who are competing at the highest level. This is astonishing to see. And then we got Caitlin, who is the first rookie to have a triple-double. These girls, we already knew they were destined, but this is not exceeding expectations They are selling out crowds. They are selling out arenas. They're getting their jerseys bought. They're getting people watching every day. This is just amazing to see. I'm so happy to see these two young women dominate and create a lane for themselves in the WNBA. They're going to be all-time greats. If they keep this up, which I do believe they will, they are going to be all-time greats, and I'm super proud of both of them because we saw them grow up, especially, in college, and we saw what they were able to do in college, and now they're translating that into the WNBA. And we always have questions of how rookies, translate their game into the pros. We've seen countless times you have a star player in college and then they don't do so well in the NFL or NBA or what have you, any other sport. But you have young women like this who dominated in college and they are now dominating in the big leagues with the other great women that are playing. So it's awesome to see that. And this just shows that it's going to be going down to the wire of who's going to win Rookie of the Year. And when we look at both of these rookies, they both bring something different. They both are in two different positions, but this is going to go down to the wire because the people who are going to make this decision, it's a tough decision to make. For me, right now, I'm going to stick with my pick. I have Angel Reese winning Rookie of the Year. This is not saying that Caitlin Clark is no. These two women are going to be around. They are both a rivalry in itself. And I've said that countless times. A lot of people disagree with me on that for some reason, that this is not a rivalry at all in sports. And I said this should be one of the rivalries to continue to look out for in sports anyway, between both of them, because they both have high respect for each other and they both regard each other in a very high way. And I do think that they deserve to be in a spot as one of the great rivalries we have in pro sports. This is a legitimate thing. So I want people to give these young women respect. I don't like that people are downgrading them because they are women. And I don't like the race war either, because I don't see that. I see two women who have done great things for women's basketball, who are competing at the highest level and trying to put their team in the best situation to win. Both teams, the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky, are on pace to get into the playoffs with these two players. So I am really excited to see what they're going to do. And I think that it's going to be great. And I want people to watch this, not just because of the controversy, even though controversy sells in some capacity. Watch because these girls are doing a great thing. Like I said, both of them are breaking records. So shout out to Angel Reese and shout out to Caitlin Clark for that. But I digress. We're going to get into also A'ja Wilson is the best female basketball player right now in the WNBA, though. She just broke a record herself for being the all-time leading scorer for the Las Vegas Aces with over 4,000 points. I mean, A'ja Wilson, the Las Vegas Aces are upper echelon. They are the team to beat. They are the back-to-back champions. They're trying to get to that three-peat. It's going to be tough to see who's going to stop them. There's a lot of great teams, Liberty and different things like that are doing a lot of good things. But this team right here, the Las Vegas Aces, this team is scary. A'ja Wilson is scary. Kelsey Plum, her duo partner. Like, we look at what they're doing, and not to take away from anything with Caitlin Clark and Angel, but A'ja Wilson has been doing this. Obviously, she didn't become the all-time leading scorer just, overnight. She built this up to get to this point, and she is the best player on the court out of everyone. She's the best player, and we need to give her shine and her props because she is dominating, and she loves seeing what these young women are doing as well. But she's going to do what she needs to do in order to be the best that she can. And look at where she's at. All-time leading scorer for the Las Vegas Aces in history, with over 4,000 points. So shout out to A'ja Wilson, who is the best player in the WNBA today. The last and final topic is Bronny James being drafted. I know last week I was going to talk about it, but I was not here. But shout out to the Lakers for making history happen. I know people are talking about nepotism and all those different things, and kind of ridiculing the Lakers and LeBron and different things like that. And I'm really questioning as to why people are so upset with this when we've seen this in sports for the longest time. It's happening in sports now. You look at the Dallas Cowboys. Who are they owned by? Who are they run? And if, God forbid, when Jerry Jones steps down, his son is going to take place, and he has his daughters and all those different things like that in positions within the organization. So I don't know why people are upset. Jeannie Buss, who is now the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, her dad was a part of the organization. So I'm not understanding what people are confused about. You look at Doc Rivers and Austin Rivers. You look at Giannis and his brothers. There's a lot of things going on. Steph Curry and his brother. There's a lot of family tandems in the leagues. I don't understand what the issue is. We look at Peyton and Eli Manning. Now they have a nephew that's coming up that's playing for the Texas Longhorns. I mean, I'm not understanding what the issue is with why we're upset that LeBron is putting his son in the best situation to be successful. And that's not to say that, we're going to see what Bronny is about. That's his own story. But this is a great story to see a man who didn't have a father figure growing up. LeBron didn't have that. It was just him and his mom, and they had to hustle and struggle to get where he is. And now he is able to create a lane for his children, for them to be successful, for them to not have to go through what he went through to start out in his career. This is amazing. I love seeing this, and we need to see more stories of this. Yes, I see the people saying, well, what about other players that are better and that went undrafted? I get all of that 100%, but that is not LeBron's fault or Bronny James's fault because of who he is and who he's born to. That is a blessing in itself. And that's not to say that the other players that didn't go undrafted can't be good. They can still play at a high level. There's so many opportunities for people. Bronny James is just blessed to be the oldest son of LeBron James Sr., and he is able to have an opportunity to showcase his talents with his dad and play with his dad. Imagine if and this is the first time this happened in the NBA, period. So if we're able to see this, LeBron and his son play, which is LeBron's dream, and the dream has finally come true, the blessing has been answered. Imagine if they're able to win a championship together. We've never seen that before. See a dad and his son, LeBron James, he's on the back end of his career, and then we have a new member of the family coming in. And not only that, I think people need to prepare for Bryce as well. Bryce is coming in after that. And I think that this is a great thing for the LeBron James family. This is LeBron still adding to his great legacy already, not just basketball-wise, but just the LeBron James family, the LeBron James brand. This is amazing to see. And I just can't understand why people are upset that LeBron is putting his child in the best situation. If everyone had the opportunity to put their child in a great situation compared to what they were, I'm sure everyone would do that. I'm sure everyone would do that. One day when I become a mother, I want to make sure that I put my child in the best situation that I didn't have. That's a parent's job to do that. Put your child, look, I didn't have this, so I'm giving it to you so you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? So and LeBron is one of the greatest dads I've ever seen. He reminds me of my father, who's been there and seen me grow up and see what I am and see what I can do, and has always stood by what I believed in and what I wanted to be and my passions and ambitions. So for LeBron to do that and for the Lakers to do that, shout out to them. I do think the Lakers need to go get more pieces, though. However, I was expecting them to maybe make a bid for DeMar DeRozan. We know DeRozan is going to be with Sacramento, or something like that, or even getting Donovan Mitchell, but he re-signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I do think the Lakers need to go get that extra viable piece. Maybe they can go make a trade for someone, because they have a good team, but I do think they need to go get an extra piece. And also they have an entirely new coach, JJ Redick. This is his first time coaching. We're going to see how that's going to go. I am not saying by any stretch of the imagination that JJ Redick is a bust at all, because I see people harping on him. But we have to think JJ Redick has a very high IQ when it comes to basketball. He also was a very good basketball player, one of the best three-point shooters that we've seen as well. So he's been in a lot of different locker rooms. He's been in a lot of different coaching staff, seeing different things as a player. So him adding that, and him and LeBron are, them having that podcast, I think everyone knew that he was going to be the next head coach for the Lakers. But him and LeBron have that same IQ, and I think they're going to be able to connect on a lot of different things that's going to help the team progress. But I do think the Lakers need to get another bona fide star or a young player that can get buckets, that can do a lot of good things. So I think that's what the Lakers need right now. I think they have a lot of good role players. I think Bronny is going to get better. I know he had, only 4 points in his debut. Don't harp on him. This is new. I think people need to be very cautious. I think he can be a Drew Holiday-esque type of player, 100%. He plays very good defense. He's fast. He's physical. you give him, I don't expect Bronny to do 30, 40 points like everyone else is expecting. I think he will be a very solid basketball player, and he's going to continue to grow and continue to progress. And with his dad, his dad is going to push him very hard. So I'm really excited for that, and he's going to be around a lot of different people that are going to help him. So shout out to the Lakers, and I wish Bronny the best. We're going to be definitely watching what he's going to be doing and how this Lakers team is going to look this coming season. That wraps up the show. Thank you all for tuning in on First Impression Sports Talk. Again, the YouTube channel is called Jazz on Sports. First Impressions is still the show, but the whole brand is now Jazz on Sports. So thank you, Jay, again for producing the show. We will be back next week to talk more. There's a lot of more topics coming out. Shout out to the WNBA players that are continuing to dominate. Shout out to everyone who continues to give their support for the show. And I appreciate everything that you guys have done. And I look forward to speaking to you guys next week on the show. That wraps up the show. See you guys next time.